Okay, so I've created a system of collision detection for bushes that makes a sound on play. If I bring in using the enviro spawn, that's the wrong one. Here we go, and we go into example bush one. It plays a sound. So we've got the bush object. It's an LED system, just a simple one. Everything, nothing, pop. And in it I've got an interact on trigger script from the 3D game kit, a capsule collider, an audio source to play the clip, push one, and the rest. And that's all well and good, and it works. But what I'm pushing for now, there we go. You can actually see it now, I've got 3 of them. Ooh, the frame rate's pretty poor. So I've got these floating bushes, which at least are slightly moving. But what I was hoping to do is have the touch react system. I got that to work, if I get out of here, with the third person thingy by adding a touch react collider script to this, which keys into the capsule collider. So that was working with the daisies, which I deleted, and that was the grass. But I was hoping that as I go through the bush it would play a sound and push the bush out the way, so it gives a bit more immersion. So like I said, I don't need I've managed to do it all without using Vegetation Studio, but because it's got a touch react system built in, I thought I'd give it a go. So I put the bush in here and it stripped out the collider. If we go into Vegetation Studio, start it up. So I dragged my bush into, first of all I did plant, but that's no good, so it has to be object. So object, right, it's an object. Render mode instanced, I'm not sure what that means. Touch react, enable touch react. Ooh. So that might be the touch react, and I've added a sphere collider because the unfortunately the capsule collider doesn't have an offset, so it's all well and good as long as you want your stuff lying flat. There's no way to rotate it as far as I can see, so that's something it needs. You can offset it but you can't rotate, so you need to rotate here. Anyway, back to sphere. So we've got our spheres. Okay, let's give that a go. But I've no idea how you put events in. Did that even move? It's hard to tell. I'm not sure it's the right. I mean, I can increase the strength of me here of the push. So 1 was good for flowers. Let's do it max on this, see what that does. Really I was hoping there'd be a kind of render material. Right. But it doesn't do anything to those things. And I can also create my own bushes if these bushes are just not the right design. See what it's doing here. I mean, it doesn't even look like the colliders are working on there. So if I go back, if I can find the ones on the ground. So those are the ones I've got already working. Lovely, but they don't really move. Really I'm just after a touch react system, and I kind of wish I could just add a touch react to them component, so I don't have to go through all this silliness. So the touch react's not working there, and the collision doesn't seem to be working very well. Vegetation Studio, start, object, LED 0, instance, enable touch will bend grass under the mesh shape of the object. It's not grass, so for a start I want to push bushes out of the way, and if I have to I'll use a different system. There's a collider for the... I've made it into a trigger, so I could make them solid, I suppose. What happens if I take away the trigger? The trigger was there so I could key into the events. But this is the problem, it's stripped out my code. Right, I can bounce into them now, but that's no good. Right, so trigger. Okay. So how do I play events on collision enter? Like I do with my normal ones. So my normal ones have a lovely script from 3D Game Kit. Trying to do it in the... There we go. So but double click, in we go. And like I say, so we've got an interact on trigger script, and then on enter it plays the sound. So that's basically what I need to figure out. How do you get Vegetation Pro to two things really: play the sound when you interact, when you go through a, this is an invector 3D guy, when you go through a bush I want it to play a sound and I want it to move a bit, preferably bend out the way. So if anyone can help me with that, that'd be awesome. Okay.